Good morning to one and all present here. Dear participants, there was some technical problem on 6 Feb due to internet connectivity. So, I, Dr. Bhavana Agarwal, on behalf of Rabindranath Tagore University, welcome you all to second session of the webinar on current trends in research methodology and statistical analysis. This webinar is basically designed to answer research questions from effectively. My heartily welcome to Honorable Keynote Speaker, Dr. Vipul Srivastav, to our Dean, HODs, all faculty members, and my dear students. Dr. Vipul Srivastav, Professor of Physics and Research Intensive, faculty in Lovely Professional University, Fagwada, Punjab. He has done his PhD in physics from Barkatullah University, Bhopal in 2005. He is having 19 years of experience, research and teaching both. He has received Junior Research, Senior and Young Scientist Awards from New Delhi and also Best Coordinator Award from Bhopal, Research Appreciation and Excellence Award from Punjab. He has published 63 research papers in Scopus and Web of Science, and 29 papers are in conference proceeding. He has attended 23 national and international journal and also organized national conference, workshops, seminars. He has written 4 books and books chapter. He has visited in 4 international universities as USA, Singapore, Italy, and planning for Germany. 3 independent research projects are being completed and 1 in hand. Now, I would like to request Dr. Vipul Srivastav to deliver his lecture. Over to you, sir. Hello, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much for giving my nice introduction, and I hope I will give something best to the students so that they would be benefited. And I heard that most of the students are from PG, and some of the students are involved in research work. So for them, actually, I just prepared some slides how to write a good research paper that also comes into the research methodology. So I would like to share my screen here, and let me see that if I can do that. Okay, it's very easy. I can see my screen here, and okay. So is it visible now? Okay, I have to make it in a presentation form.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, so it is not coming full screen. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Full screen नहीं आ रहा sir.
Okay, so I can make it full screen, I think from here.
From right side downward.
Okay, so it is visible now.
Yes, sir.
So you can see, if you can, any student wants to just ask me some question afterwards, so you can note down my email, so you can ask me any query later on also. So
Sure, sir.
I just wrote here like topic which is just research writing skills. We should have research writing skills, maybe used in writing research paper, or if you are writing a project also during your research work. So what are the important things we should take care? I like to express those, but before that I will tell you that in which way I would be speaking on. So just I will give you the just a little bit on research. However, Professor Pardasni last time actually explained most of the things. So I will skip some of the thing, but maybe some new students, those were not in the previous day presentation, so they may also be knowing this thing. Okay. and the quality work, what actually it is, and what are the factors actually involved in your research work and research paper that you use in your writing work. I will be speaking more on that. So most of the students, those like doing or involved in the PhD work, they aware about this research methodology. Madam, just I wanted to know how much time, 40 minutes it is?
Yeah, it is.
40 minutes?
Yes, yes, sir, you may.
Okay. So research methodology is a one word where you all have to choose one method. Like first you should have one problem in your mind, that which problem actually you are going to solve and what method you want to adopt. There are number of methods suggested in research work. So that method actually called your research methodology. Okay, and I have just mentioned here like your procedure, your technique, whatever you want to use to identify your problem. This is just one kind of problem. So that part is your research methodology part, and this part you can find in many research paper. And generally the person who is just searching the work, let us suppose not decided the problem, but you are going to search the problem. So this is the one of the portion of the research papers where the readers read this. Okay, so just take care of this thing. This way, just whenever I give any presentation, I just keep this PPT first, because wherever you are speaking about research, maybe anyway, so don't forget actually what exactly the research is. Okay, so it is actually the you see here, this is the search for your knowledge. So first aim is just you are going to get some knowledge. Okay, you are going to get knowledge, and the means what way you are actually going to do or taking this knowledge, that should be a scientific or systematic. Then the combination is just called as a research. Okay, so your way should be for knowledge and scientific and systematic work. So if you keep these three words in your mind, then certainly you can do. And last time Professor Pardasni told us that what exactly is the research and what exactly not the research. So that thing we also should know, because everything is not research. So I'm not going into that detail. Okay. So just here our purpose, you should know that the purpose of research is just to discover the answer. You have one question and you are going to discover that answer. The procedure you do not know, but you will have to follow. Also we should be motivated for the research also, and most of the thing you are aware about that what are the ways for motivation. Motivations way may be any, not only just I am telling you like this and that, the way you are just motivated. Let us suppose somewhere you are listening something, reading something, you are looking television. So there are lot of ways through which you are maybe motivated. Okay, I just told something that some of the students or teachers are just do this for the research degree purpose also. Okay, from that they want to benefit. This is one of the ways of motivation. And actually desire to face the challenge in solving unsolved problem is the most good way to just you can say you uh, just want to do real research. Okay, and desire to get intellectual joy. Some of the students or some person just use this because of your enjoyment, and you do the work also, and just get the result at that time also without pressure, you can say. And sometimes we want to serve something to the society, then only we do this research. Okay, and for that to be motivated. There are number of things, not only these, and sometimes uh, here I mentioned that directives of our government, according to that we have to move. That is also one of the motivations. Okay, and employment conditions sometimes make us to do research. So things are there, and I'll not just go more into that, like what is research and types of research. You understand about the types of research. Mainly it is, I will tell you that the second point of this, applied versus fundamental research. So applied versus fundamental means, this is, you can say, the experimental and the theoretical. So there are, just if you just let us suppose you are new person, and if you are planning to just do any research, then where you will go, you what you will decide. First you will think that the things, many things are available, where I have to go. First you will choose the problem. So first step of doing research is choosing the problem. Okay, then solution, it's a another thing, that in which way you want to go, like experimental work you want to do, or theoretical work you want to do. So theoretical work does not mean that you are actually going to solve thing by your own hand, or some theory only you will be providing. So it may be your computational work now. Nowadays this, you can say, this theoretical work is somehow the computational work, where many programs are written. You don't need to do the calculations by your own hand. So high speed or fast speed computational facilities available. In fraction of second, those things can be solved, instead of you are solving in the previous time by your hand. Okay, so these are the just thing on a fundamental, or you can say the applied research. And then the other things comes, maybe your quantitative or qualitative, conceptually research, or descriptive research, and analytical research. In that, I always like to say the students or the other faculty members that we should always look for the quality work. Okay, quality work means that, for that actually, how that quality will come in your work, that is again a one uh, problem actually, which problem you are choosing. Okay, and the quality means always you choose the latest problem, whatever in the nowadays scenario. So for that I just made this key factors of quality research work. You choose the current issues for, don't choose the old issues, so that those already solved and number of things are available, and somehow you are not just extracting the some new thing that already done, because most of the things. So if you take the current issues, then whatever views you are sending to the scientific community, those may be referred, and maybe chances are there to just uh, take as a your problem. So if you are choosing the current problem, and the quality will automatically come there. Okay, so if you want to really understand what the quality mean in the research work, so if you just try to send your work in any journals, not any journals. So if you send any journals, means some journals definitions are also here. Like many journals come into many categories. So if you want to really see the quality research work, so you should follow these journals, like I just mentioned here, the measurement. So your measurement for your research, if it is in these journals, then you can say actually the quality research work. Why it is? Because the peer reviewed process there in these journals. Okay, so these journals are not biased journals. You just cannot say that you send the work and it will publish in one day. So there are number of journals available where you can see, you will send your work, and without peer review process they will publish. So you also do not know that time what quality work you have done, or and the person sitting opposite to you also do not care about that. So if things are not with the monetary benefit or in that way, then the pure work is done. We people are also the reviewer of many research journals. So we do not take money from that. Okay, so in that way, if exchange of money is not there, only and purely it is done because of the reason that things are correct or not. So you do work in that way, then it's really a real work, and then the quality will come. So you try to send your work in these journals and just see the comments, what comments they are just sending to you. So if your work is, you do not know about your work sometimes. So if you send, try to send and just see the comments. If those comments are exciting, then you can say that your work is of very good quality. So for that, number of things are there. I will be speaking on that little bit. Like just mentioned here, the qualities of good research and design, how you can design your research in a good way. If you have, according to me, these 4 points, then your things would be going into the right direction. Like if you are very much systematic, first thing is in their mind, and if you should be very much systematic, then your research would always be systematic. Okay, and good research is also logical, and it means that there must be some fact or something there that will tell you to just be a logical person there. Okay, and it should be empirical means like you can say that it should be based on some facts or experimental thing, you can say. And good research is replicable also. It means it can be reproduced, or the work on which can also be done later on. Not only up to that you just did and that's the end. These are the just few 4 5 slides. I will little bit speaking in that as I told you that your measurement should be for the quality research work, that you should be known about the SCI. What is the meaning of this SCI? We heard many times. So this is the actually Science Citation Index, where most of the journals are defined. So all of the journals are having their indexing. Okay, indexing means as it's a numeric value. So these journals are having their indexing, and in this SCI you will find 8,500, more than that. Not this is the some old data, but nowadays thousands journals are there, and of the different disciplines like science, medicines, and your technology. So you can just go through this SCI. Maybe you are writing in a Google, and then you will find a one page there, and number of research journals are there. So these journals are actually considered in a quality work. And also you heard the name Scopus, and if you have not heard, you should know before you are going to do the research work or going to actually publish some work. So you should be aware about this Scopus word. So Scopus is a one kind of database. Okay, it is launched in 2005, and this is having more journals there, and the category is more. One good thing is that here you will find the more category for the other uh, other side students. Okay, like life science, social science, physical sciences, health science, these all. Okay, and these journals are also following this peer review process. So I just mentioned this. Okay, if it is possible, I can give this PPT to all you. So you can click here, and you just see the Scopus list of journals. So these journals are also the uh, quality journals. And for the technical persons whosoever are from the engineering side, they have this IEEE journal side. Okay, where you can find many journals of electrical and electronics engineering, okay, and telecommunications also, computer science also, also of the allied disciplines like physics, chemistry also somewhere you will find. So you have to visit the sites. I am just giving you the names: IEEE, Scopus. Before start your work, you should see these words. So these 4 5 words are very important, like this Web of Science. Maybe you heard this name also. Web of Science, Scopus. This every time whenever you go into the institutions, the higher authorities always say that you should publish your work in Web of Science or SCI journals or this and that. Why? Because they want the quality work. They do not want your work that you will publish in any journal. Okay, so just things are this, and you should be aware about this. One important thing for your this whole research work is citation. So many times these citations are very important. So why these citations are important? Because this shows your actually the quality work. If you have done some quality work, or if you have done some work, or maybe you have written that paper in such a way that is very impressive, then your citation will actually increases. So increment of the citations means you are progressing. So citation I just mentioned here, like you have the referencing. You can understand this reference work. You should be referred by others also. Until unless you are not referred by others, it means some problem is there, some work, because in country you cannot say like that the persons are not looking your work. Everyone is looking your work. You just send it to the journal, and it is worldwide available. So everyone is looking your paper, but not referring, it means somewhere the problem is. So we should write, or we should publish our work in one quality journal also, then only it would be referred. Okay, so this slide is just saying. Now I will move to the our main contents. These are the just impact factor thing. You should also know what is impact factor of the journal, because every journal is having its index or its number. So that is called as a impact factor. So maybe you are not knowing how to calculate the impact factor, but you should be careful for knowing the impact factor of the journal. Some non-quality journals are also having their impact factor like 20 impact factor, but that is senseless. So we should just look at the quality journals and their impact factor. I just briefly explain how to calculate for your knowledge only, nothing else. So for this, you will have to just see the citations and publications. Okay, citations and publications of that journal, because this impact factor is of the journals, not the paper. So what we have to look for? We have to look for citations and publications of y minus 1 and y minus 2, means previous 1 year and previous to previous year. So 2 years data you require, and just you sum the citations of the 2 years and sum the publication record of that journal's 2 years. Then just divide simply, then you will find the impact factor. So Nature, let us suppose, is having the impact factor of 41.577 in 2017. So it is calculated by taking the data of 2015 and 16. Okay, then if you sum it, then you can calculate. Okay, this is for your knowledge only, nothing else. Now I will take you on to the just writing skills of research paper. I think I have time here for another 15 minutes. How much time I have, madam?
You may continue. Yes, sir, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So just look at here that what we do, we if we have some problem, and we are known about the problem, and we just got the solution, and we are just going to write something for the scientific community. Okay, because of that thing, because you know that research means if you are publishing some work, then it is accountable. Accountability of your research is just measured by publication. So if you are doing whole research, that is good. But if you want to, if you are not publishing any paper, so somehow you can say that your research work is not done. However, you have done and you have a lot of knowledge of that, but it should be the criteria actually. You should be published. You should have the publications actually. Okay. So according to me, that I am just some showing you that writing skills of research paper. Generally, what we do that we just get idea from the sources and start doing our research, maybe practical or theoretical, and then we write a research paper and send for the publication. Okay, then if it is published, then we say that okay, one job is done. So for me, I just say that if you really want to solve the problem and really want to involve in the research, not only just writing paper and publishing it and finish it, just you should do in this way, that you should have first idea, then start writing your paper. You just get the idea, means problem you got, and somehow you solve that problem and you are going to write paper. But whenever you are going to write that paper, then you will find that some other issues, because until unless you do not write, you do not think that actually some problem is still unsolved. So if you are, let us suppose, any formula you derived conductivity or something, maybe you are from another discipline, very basic thing you have taken there, and if you go into the detail of each and every fundamental definitions of the considered thing, then you would be knowing that okay, this part I have not done. So if you really want to involve into the research and do research, so that according to me this first model is not very much suitable. However, it can publish one paper, but exact research of the problem you could not solve in this one. So for solving that problem, you should first take this idea, then start writing paper and just solve the unsolved issues in between here. Then you do actually the research, then you can publish paper. Okay, this forces us to be very much clear and focused on the problem, and we understand many more things during this process. So yeah, really, this writing research paper is a one kind of art, as you heard and aware. Really, it is a art, because some you are having the capability of telling stories. Because this is nothing but you are telling a story to the your listeners or readers. So that story should be in a very much systematic way. That is why this research word is coming. And if you are capable to speak in such a way that enemies are everywhere there, and if you are capable to speak and if you succeed like publish a paper, then it's really a good thing. This is a one kind of art. So you have some work and your art story is with you. So in the time, what actually you do, you just try to infect the reader's mind by your mind. So your idea is just to you convey your idea to the reader's mind. For this, if for the new students who just wanted to know that what is the structure of the research paper, and what are the important factors while writing the abstract or introduction, so I will explain here. So this is the structure of one research paper. This is title, abstract, introduction, methodology, and then results and discussion. Okay. Also, then in the final form, we just conclude this. So for the title, I like to say that it should be very much informative, very much short, and it reflects your all work. It should reflect your all work. So we will have to choose, because when you write a research paper, then first thing is come that what the title name we would keep. Like if we have some newborn baby in our house, then first we decide that what should be the name we should keep, so that it would be impressive, or it would be just called by that name. In the same way, you will have to decide the thing, your paper title, so that it would always be referred everywhere. This title would be referred, not all the papers contents. So you should choose your title in such a way that it should be very much informative, and then you include in the downside your affiliation, your name. There, like this is the sample here. So this is the title, very small title. You should, like if you want to give some information on structure properties like this, so you choose very much small topic and involve your material, let us suppose any there, then that would be the title. So in below the title you write your names, your affiliation and all. Just remember one thing I want to tell you, that this 1 2 3 is actually important here, like 1 2 3 if you write the superscript there. So this actually explains your affiliation, from which institute you are. So let us suppose all the three authors are from the same institute, so you don't need to put this 111 there. You can write only the affiliation of your institute, because it is only for that region, that if you people are from the different institutions, so you don't need to write one there if all are from the same institute. Okay, this is the important thing. And the uh, important part of this is your abstract. Okay, so abstract you should write in the last. I mentioned this first point, which is very, very important. I usually write this abstract at the last. What we can do, sometimes we write in the first. Why it is last? Because it is a one kind of summary. Until unless you don't have all the results, you should not write this abstract before. So this is the summary part. You should write in the last. Okay, it should be a single paragraph. No reference should be there inside. No citation, no reference should be there. And 200 words are sufficient there. Choose the 200 words. You can count in the MS Word. Okay, and as summary of the work done, always written in a past tense. So keep remember this, because you have done this work and you are summarizing it, so you should write this in a past tense. Generally people do not look this portion, but this is not the rejection criteria of publishing the paper, but this is the one of the good ways that you should write this in a past tense. Okay, an abstract must be consistent with the what you reported in the paper, that you should do. Spelling, clarity, and phrases, these all things should be there. Okay, like in this example, this is the your abstract part, and if you notice here that were, was, and was, were, these kind of words, past tense is used here. So that is always good for publishing the paper. And important is very much introduction. So you divide your, what you need to do for the introduction writing, you should divide some paragraph there in the introduction. Okay, then each and every paragraph should be sensible, means what you want to discuss in first paragraph, then second paragraph, then fourth. Sometimes we feel that what we should report in this introduction. So I just show you, this is the one slide where I mentioned that in the double space you will have to type this and that. Important is these four paragraphs and 4 point you should divide in your mind, and then rest of the spell check and other things are there. I'll just take you this what are the four paragraphs what you should write in one research paper's introduction. So you can choose this first paragraph, give the vision and problem broadly. what problem actually, not exactly in the formulation, but it should be informative only. In the introduction we do not write any formula, any table or any, this kind of things are not involved. In the introduction your vision should be there only, so vision you can write only. Okay, and also the application of the problem you should discuss, and then linkage with your problem with the significance, actually what the significance of your work, what you are going to present there. So choose the first paragraph for this reason, and in the second paragraph you should give the literature review of your problem. So literature review should not be given like a one title, you are writing literature review in the introduction and just writing. No, you don't write any topic for literature. Just start the continuation. Your continuity should be there uh, in the introduction and as a second paragraph. So you give the review of other persons on the same way. Okay, and the third paragraph you write on what to do, what you want, what is your objective in whole manuscript, or motivation also you can include there. Clear? So these are the third paragraphs. Three paragraphs are important, and in fourth paragraphs you should give the organism of the paper. Organism means how you have organized, what you are going to give in second topic, in third topic, in fourth topic of the paper. Like second topic is always your methodology, and third topic is always your result and discussion. So these things you should include. So these are the just method material, where you method and material, like methodology section is also there. So no specific page limit for this method section. You can keep here as long as you can write, but the mathematical expressions are, you know, limited. Some unwanted expressions we should not give. Some of the things we provide here in a hidden form. Hidden form means not exactly ABCD we have to write of the equations, because this paper is going to read by your scientific community and we have to assume that they know the very basic thing. Only important formulas we should give there, and some of the thing we should give in a reference form. You provide the reference there, don't need to give the every small thing. Madam, when 5 minutes remaining, you just remind me.
There is, yes, sir, there is.
Okay, okay. So this section is the later on section is your result section. Okay, in this section, you are actually interpreting your data, and you are going to discuss. Your discussion is also not having any limit. You should see the limit of the journals that in which you are going to publish your paper, like 20 research pages you can publish, and short communication is there, so 5 pages you can publish. So in that way if you are selecting, so there is no limit of your results. And if you are discussing the some established fact in the result, so also you should write that established fact in a past tense, or any data you are referring of the others work done, so always use the past tense there. And okay, and properly use the figure number and figure, and always keep the uniformity in your writing the word, like if you are making capital, so you should write capital everywhere. If you are making small, then write small everywhere. Okay, so in your discussion part, if you are not involving these things, like why this thing is done or why it is not done, then you cannot discuss. So we should always have the thing in our mind, that why this work, why is not done, and write these things like in a past tense and some present tense case. What to avoid here in this result and discussion part: do not discuss or interpret your results in a background information. So it should not be looked by the reader that things are just hidden, or you are hidden means just uh, you are keeping the thing in a background, not discussing in a proper way. And never include the raw data. Raw data you should not include in your result part. Okay, do not present the same data more than once. Do not confuse figures and tables. There is a difference. Sometimes what we do, the same table data we are providing, and we are plotting for the same data figures also. So don't do this. If you are plotting the figures, then do not give that data into a table. Or if you are giving data into the table, then do not give the figure.
एक बार फिर मैं आपको दे दूंगी।
Okay. Then finally, this is the reference section you have. Always you should write in the last, and more reference if you have, then it is very good. If the paper you are having 100 references, that paper is counted as a good, because it means you read all the references and just discussed in the paper. So there is no limit for taking the references. So Mendeley software is actually used for just maintaining the references arranged automatically. Although you should have all the references with in your computer, then you can download this Mendeley software, which is known as the Mendeley desktop. Then you can arrange these references automatically. Then if you are sending your work to the reviewers, their suggestions you take in a positive direction. No, okay, every criticism you should take in a positive way. Don't reply to the reviewers like you are a stupid person, and I know this thing, why you are asking this and that. Just speak in a polite way. Like this is one of the my examples I always try to give in this way. We are very much thankful. Okay, and like this, we have done this on learned referees. We should use these kind of words. The another 2 3 slides I have. Don't plagiarize yourself. Okay, you mean that plagiarism should not be there in your work. Nowadays this fact is coming because matter is stolen by another one person, another person, and we should not take the other person's work. However, we refer the papers, but it does not mean that you are taking the full contents of that as it is in your paper. For that reason, I say that paraphrasing is very good option for that. You you take the means sentence there, but convert into your words. That is called the paraphrasing. So paraphrasing is always important, and you should do this paraphrasing in your every work. And plagiarism word means, I told you, plagiarism means if it is coming means some contents you have not referred of that person. If you are referring that person's contents, then it is not plagiarized. So overall, I would like to conclude this that research publication or the work is writing skills in the your research work is very important part, and you should always be confined to some of the points and never compromise with the thing. And you take your own time, because research is not a very small thing, and it takes time. And please don't demotivated if you are not getting anything in the result, and because research is a slow process, and it should have the patience in your mind, so those persons can involve in this research work. So read these things, and I think these are the just thing you can conclude. Okay, So I like to thank all the listeners whosoever want to ask me something can ask here,
Yes.
or maybe the time provided by the madam as per, and can ask. I have given the my email address on which you can send the problem, and I will solve if possible.
Sir, among the participants, one of the participants is asking for paper related to the topic yoga. Which journal is to be referred?
Which journals? So
Yes.
you know that it does not come into the scientific community,
Hmm.
but there are many more journals on that. As I told you that social issues there in one of the exactly I cannot say right now that this journal is best for, but the category which I explained here you can find in this category, like in the Scopus journals, or where you can see this life sciences and the physical sciences. These things, health sciences are there in a Scopus. So you need to just do some work on the Google. You just put the Scopus, then you will have one list there. So you follow that list and you will find your journal definitely.
Okay, sir. One more question is from the behalf of participants. I'm asking, what is the difference between research and discover?
Research and discover, very good question.
Hmm.
You know, the data is actually, as I told you, that research is just you see here, 1 minute, that research is just sometimes we are using the established fact, okay, and something it is systematic also. That discovery, it means that something which you are really investigated. And this research generally which we do, like referring the other person's work, and that is we are saying actually a research. That is research, but discovery is something which has not been done and you discovered it. That actually has not been done. And let us suppose one problem you have chosen, and that problem is having number of ways of solving. So problem is already established and you are just taking a different path to solve. So this is your research, this is not the discovery. So that formulation or something which has not been even established and you are going to establish, that is the one discovery. So this is the difference. I
Okay.
hope it is clear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. One thing more, please. What is the difference between citations and reference? While writing the paper, we usually see the citations, number of citations, which is having more citation. We refer those papers. And so what is the basic difference between citation and reference?
Now, as such, there is no difference in this citation and references. We use this word because we actually, because citation, like if I am saying any book is there, and their book you are also referring, so that book is also coming into the citation form.
Okay.
Not we can say always the reference form. So citation and references, just these are the two words. As such, no difference. The
Okay.
simple meaning is that it is just work is referred by another person.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for the excellent insight into how a research can be written and published in good journals like Scopus, IEEE, Web of Science, Citations, etc. It was a very good and informative session. How to attend? Hope to attend more sessions by you. Now, I would like to request convener Dr. Chitra Singh for the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. Honorable Chancellor Sir, Registrar Sir, IQAC Head Dr. Sangeeta Johari Ma'am, Dean, HOD, faculty members and all participants. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks on today webinar, 2 days webinar on current trends in research methodology and statistical analysis. I, on behalf of the science department and faculty members, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence and took out valuable time of your busy schedule. Also, I would like to extend a special thanks to Dr. Vipul Srivastava sir for inspiring us for him valuable words such as research writing skills to aware of how to write good research paper and calculating impact factor citation कि you present your paper in Scopus, Wave Science, etc. I especially thanks to Dr. K.R. Bhardarsani sir for statistical analysis of research methodology such as game theory, population dynamics, fruit analysis, and COVID-19. I also wish to my I also wish to express my gratitude to Dean Science, Dr. Neetu Paliwal, for providing encouragement and support. I am very grateful thanks to Dr. Vijay Singh sir, University Registrar sir, IKS head, Dr. Sangeeta Jawari ma'am for giving us an opportunity to organize this event. As no program becomes successful as a single person, I extend very big thanks to our department on their support. Thank you for all participants for making this event successfully for your contribution. Thanks to all. Thank you so much.
I like to thank Dr. Neetu Paliwal who gave me this opportunity actually to give this seminar. Okay. So also I just heard the name this Dr. Sangeeta Johari madam, and name is known.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. It was a good experience for me also. Thanks a lot.
We had in our university, Dr. Sangeeta Johari ma'am, for some special work that she is not present at that time.
Okay, okay, okay.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
madam.
much.
Thank you.
विपुल सर थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन था। और अभी थोड़े स्टूडेंट्स डिमांड कर रहे हैं सर अगर आप अपना पीपीटी शेयर कर लें तो आई
Yes,
रिक्वेस्ट।
why not? Sure. How can I do this?
Thank you,
सर
sir. Very
मेल
informative
पर आ
session.
जाएगा या
Thank you.
मैं मेल पर जी जिस
Okay,
तरीके
I will mail you, then you can
यस सर
share.
आई शेयर।
Okay, okay.
यस
Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you.